State of Michigan, 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Christina V. Kennedy. During proceedings, there should be no driving, smoking, eating, drinking, sleeping, or laying down. Do not start your video or mute your device unless the court instructs you to do so. And if there's anything that you need to do that you don't want the rest of the world to see, please walk away from the camera quietly. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all.
Thank you, Officer Wallace. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Judge Christina V. Kennedy. I will preside over the docket for courtroom 433 this afternoon. Before I get started, can everyone hear me? If so, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. This is a landlord-tenant docket, and we have a relatively we have a moderate length docket today. I'm going to call all of the cases at one time. Before I get into that, though, I do want to just emphasize Officer Wallace. Oh, can we hit the jazz, Madam Clerk? Before I get into that, I want to emphasize Officer Wallace's instructions that if there is anything that you do not want the rest of the world to see you doing, you make sure you step away from your device or turn your camera off. We are streaming these proceedings live over YouTube. That means that anybody in the world can join us and watch the proceedings. So if you need to do something like use the restroom or change your clothes to prevent any embarrassment, please make sure you have turned your camera off before you do that or completely step away from your device. All right. Okay, before I start the docket, I do have one dismissal. I'm going to call that one first. Wait, is this a dismissal? I don't see a dismissal order, Madam Clerk. Let me see the cases. Okay. 1 second, please. Okay, got my hopes up, Madam Clerk. All right, that was a false alarm. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm about to call all of the cases at one time. Please listen out for your name, address, or case number, but please don't say anything until I have called all of the cases. Once I call all of the cases, I will give you some information. Please write that information down, and then I will ask you, first I will have the plaintiffs state their names, or the plaintiff's attorneys place their appearances on the record, and then I'll do the same thing for the defendants. At that time, please turn on your camera, unmute your device, and state your name. If you called in on a telephone, meaning you actually dialed a telephone to join us today, you would unmute by dialing *6. Okay? All right. Again, I'm calling them all at once. This is the 130 docket. Now calling case number 24350-158, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Ronald LaFouler and all occupants of 10130 Cashew Road in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-159, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Jasmine Grubbs and all occupants of 10059 Britton Street in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-160, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Amanda Terrell and all occupants of 10124 Cashew Road in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 24350-161, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Alexis Yarbrough and all occupants of 5765 Haverhill Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 24350-162, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Deja Miller and all occupants of 6506 Minnock Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435063, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Darrell Woods and all occupants of 8696 Heritage Place, apartment 106 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435064, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Patrice Buford and all occupants of 924 Connor Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435065. This is Mutual Property Management LLC versus Maya Saunders and all occupants of 14170 Eileen Street in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435016. Mutual Property Management LLC versus Destiny Oxter and all occupants of 8696 Heritage Place, apartment 105 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435067, Mutual Property Management LLC versus Nicholas Jacobs and all occupants of 10112 Cashew Road in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435073, Dana Franklin versus Miracle London. This is for property located at 17334 Bentler, apartment 307 in the city of Detroit. Calling case number 2435079, Ruby Robinson versus Tamika Coleman. This is for property located at 16167 Muirland in the city of Detroit. Also calling case number 2435087, Eddie Turner versus Sam Brandy Arrington. This is for property located at I believe this is for 15826 Woodingham in the city of Detroit. This is from the 1:35 p.m. docket. Calling case number 24348-764, Yang Zing Hu and Xinyu Huang versus all occupants of 15386 Stansberry Street in the city of Detroit. These matters are before the court on complaints for non-payment of rent and complaints to recover possession of property. Today is the date and time scheduled for a first hearing or a technical first hearing for these matters. Pursuant to Michigan Supreme Court Administrative Order 2020-17, all first hearings are to be adjourned. Therefore, these matters will be adjourned to a new date. Ladies and gentlemen, please write this information down. Your next court date will take place on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. Again, your next court date is August 28th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. The next court date for all of the matters that I called today will be held in person. That means there will not be a Zoom hearing. You need to come down to court on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. The hearings will be held at 36th District Court, which is located at 421 Madison in downtown Detroit. I'm in courtroom 433, and so you all need to come to courtroom 433 again on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. If you're logged into this Zoom session today with a tablet or a cell phone, you should be able to access the group chat. Madam Clerk just typed the information about the next court date in the group chat. You can go in and screenshot it if you'd like. Otherwise, please write the information down. The court is going to mail notices to all parties, but in case those notices get lost in the mail, I like to make sure you know the next court date. All right. Plaintiffs, you are to bring with you to the next court date. If you have not already filed the following documentation, you need to bring these documents with you to the next court date. A copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement. If rent is at issue, I need an updated copy of the rental ledger, the most recent rental ledger. I need a completed proof of service, and if there's a property management agreement in place, I need a copy of that as well. Again, plaintiffs, I need you to bring with you to court, if you have not already filed the following documents: a copy of the deed, a copy of the lease agreement, a copy of the most up-to-date rental ledger, a completed proof of service, and if there is a property management agreement in place, I need a copy of that as well. Failure to bring those documents to court on the next court date could result in dismissal of your matter, plaintiffs. So please bring those documents with you to the next court date. Defendants, if you have any evidence that supports your defense, I need you to bring that to court with you on August 28th. Specifically, I'm speaking of rental payments or photographs, but if you do bring evidence to support your defense, it needs to be in paper format. That goes for the plaintiff as well. Everybody needs to bring paper documentation down to court. Please don't bring your cell phone in and ask me to scroll through it. I don't feel comfortable scrolling through people's cell phones, and I cannot put your cell phone in the file as evidence. So if you have any kind of evidence, please reduce it to paper and bring it to court with you on the next court date of August 28th. Plaintiffs and defendants, you both have the right to be represented by an attorney if you so choose. Plaintiffs, you can hire your own attorney. Defendants, you can hire your own attorney, or you can speak to the agency attorneys that are logged in to this Zoom session today. The agency attorneys are logged in to speak to the defendant tenants to provide you with the legal advice for the day, with the potential of them taking on your case to represent you throughout the close of these proceedings. At the end of today's hearing, I will ask that you be transferred into a breakout room. If you are logged in via a tablet or a smartphone, you'll receive a prompt come across your screen. Please tap the prompt. When you tap the prompt, it'll take you into the breakout room. If you called in today, meaning you actually dialed a telephone number to join us, you do not have to worry about receiving a prompt. You will be transferred automatically into the breakout room. Either way, once you get into the breakout room, you will not be able to hear or see what's going on in this main session, and we in the main session will not be able to hear or see what's going on with you in the breakout room. That is so that you can have a private conversation with the defense attorney. Once you get into the breakout room, please have patience. Everyone will be seen by an attorney today. You might be in the breakout room for just a small period of time before a representative comes in to speak with you. But again, everyone will be seen by an attorney today. Please do not start pressing buttons, raising your hand, or coming back out into the main session unprompted. That will just distract me and slow us down. Once you are done speaking to the agency defense attorneys today, defendants, you're free to log off, but please make sure you come back to court on the next court date, which again is August 28th at 8:30 a.m. Defendants, if you do not come to court on August 28th at 8:30, a default judgment can be entered against you. Plaintiffs, if you do not come to court on August 28th at 8:30 a.m., your case will be dismissed. So everybody, please make sure you come to court on time on August 28th of this year. With all of that being said, for matters ending in 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 166, and 167. Can I have plaintiff's counsel place your appearance on the record? All right, Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff's attorney did not check in today. All right, for matter ending in 158 is Ronald LaFouler or any occupant of 10130 Cashew Road present. Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant did not check in on this matter. There is a proof of service in the file, however, and so the court is going to proceed with the first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This matter will be adjourned to August 28th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in person in courtroom 433. As with all of the cases today, If the defendant should log in before we end our Zoom session, the defendant will have an opportunity to speak to an attorney. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 158. The matter ending in 159 is Jasmine Grubbs or any occupant of 10059 Britton Street present.
Yes, ma'am, Jasmine Grubbs.
Good afternoon to you, Ms. Grubbs. You are the defendant on a complaint. Oh, thank you. You're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am, I wrote it down.
Okay, so we'll see you on that date, August 28th at 8:30 a.m. You're on the telephone. You're about to be transferred automatically. You have a good day, Ms. Grubbs. That concludes the matter ending in 159. You're welcome. Can I have someone transfer Jasmine Grubbs into a breakout room? For matter ending in 160 is Amanda Terrell or any occupant of 10124 Cashew present. Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant failed to check in. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court will proceed with the first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. in person in courtroom 433. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 160. Oh, wait, let me look at this real quick. The matter ending in 161 is Alexis Yarbrough or any occupant of 5765 Haverhill present. Madam Clerk has indicated that this defendant did not check in today. There is a proof of service in the file, and so the court is going to proceed with the first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on the date and time indicated previously. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 161. For matter ending in 162 is Deja Miller or any occupant of 6506 Minnock present.
Yes,
Please,
I'm here.
good afternoon. State your name for the record, please.
Deja Miller.
Okay, Ms. Miller, you're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you on August 28th at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Deja Miller into a breakout room? Just follow the prompt, ma'am. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 162. For matter ending in 163 is Daryl Woods or any occupant of 8696 Heritage Place, apartment 106 present.
Yes,
Good afternoon. Please state your name.
Daryl Woods.
Mr. Woods, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes,
Okay, we'll see you on August 28th at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Mr. Woods into a breakout room? Please follow the prompts. That
Thank you.
concludes the matter ending in 163. You're welcome. Have a good day. The matter ending in 164 is Patrice Buford or any occupant of 924 Connor Street present.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
doing?
Please state your name. I'm
Patrice
good, thank you. All right, you are the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you on the date and time indicated. Can I have someone transfer Patrice Buford into a breakout room? Just tap the prompt when it comes across your screen. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 164. Thank you. For matter ending in 165 is Maya Saunders or any occupant of 14170 Eileen Street present.
Yes.
Please state your name.
Alonzo Prescott.
Okay, Mr. Prescott. Alonzo Prescott?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Prescott, do you reside at 14170 Eileen Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you are a defendant on this complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you on August 28th at 8:30. Can I have someone transfer Alonzo Prescott into a breakout room? Just follow the prompts, sir. Have a good day. That concludes the matter ending in 165. Thank you. For matter ending in 166 is Destiny Oxter or any occupant of 8696 Heritage Place, apartment 105 present. Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant failed to check in on this matter. There is a proof of service in the file. And so the court will proceed with the first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent. This matter will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 433 in person. The court will mail notice. That concludes the matter ending in 166. For matter ending in 167 is Nicholas Jacobs or any occupant of 10112 Cashew present. Madam Clerk indicated that the defendant was present but logged off. For my purposes, the defendant is not here, but there is a proof of service in the file. And so the court will proceed with this complaint to recover possession of property. The matter, this is the first hearing, which will be adjourned to a subsequent hearing to take place on the date and time indicated on the record. The court will mail notice. That concludes matter ending in 167. For matter ending in 173 is the plaintiff Dana Franklin present. If so, please turn on your camera, unmute yourself. Oh, you're on the telephone. Please dial *6 and state your name.
Yes,
Your name, please.
Dana Franklin.
Okay, good afternoon. And the defendant, can you state your name, please?
Sure. Miracle London.
All right, good afternoon to you, Ms. London. Is it Mr. Franklin or Miss Franklin?
I'm a Mr. Yes, Mr. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Franklin, you are the plaintiff in this matter. Miss London, you are the defendant. This is a complaint for non-payment of rent. Mr. Franklin, did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what about you, Miss London?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'll see you both on the date and time indicated, which is August 28th at 8:30. Mr. Franklin, please make sure you bring the documents that I indicated are necessary. Okay, if you don't, your case will be dismissed. And Miss London, please follow the prompt. Can I have someone transfer Miracle London into a breakout room? That concludes matter ending in 173. Mr. Franklin, you can hang up. Have a good day to you both. Please follow the prompt, Miss London.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. For matter ending in 179, Ruby Robinson, are you present? Madam Clerk has indicated that the plaintiff failed to check in on this matter. What about the defendant? Is Tamika Coleman present?
No check-in.
Madam Clerk has indicated that the defendant failed to check in. There's a proof of service in the file though, and so the court is going to.
There's 2 people on the waiting.
Okay, well, before I do that, we have 2 people who just entered the waiting room. Let's check them in and see who they are.
I have a device, William Tyler. What is the last 3 digits of your case number? Can you unmute? William Tyler, can you unmute? I have a phone number ending in 1177. What is your name?
Daryl Woods.
Mr. Woods, did you get the next court date?
Yes, I did. I was in the they sent me over to the breakout room, but then I got kicked out. It got disconnected. I don't know, so I called the number because I didn't know what else to do.
Okay. Can someone please transfer Mr. Woods back into a breakout room?
Thank you.
Mr. Woods, just follow the prompt.
He's on the telephone. It'll be automatic.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That other person's not unmuted, so William Taylor.
William Tyler, if you can hear us, please unmute yourself. Or you're going to be placed back into the waiting room. We do not see a William Tyler on the docket. Please unmute yourself and identify yourself, or you will be placed back into the waiting room until the end of the docket. Is he responding to a chat, Madam Clerk? I'm gonna put him in the waiting room. We've had Zoom bombers, and just to be sure we don't have. There we go. I knew it. Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right. So matter ending in 179, that's the case that we were on before. Neither party appeared, but there's a proof of service. And so this first hearing on this complaint for non-payment of rent will be adjourned to August 28th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. And the court will mail notice. That concludes matter ending in 179. For matter ending in 187, Eddie Turner, are you present? Please unmute yourself and state your name.
Eddie Turner.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Turner. What about the defendant, Sam Brandy Arrington? Please turn on your camera and state your name. Okay, don't turn on your camera because that's gonna mess up your bandwidth. We can't hear you. Can you repeat what you said, please? Samuel Arrington, if you're there, or Brandy Arrington, please state your name.
I'm sorry.
What's your name?
I said Samuel Arrington.
Okay, sorry about that. It was really choppy at first.
You heard me,
Okay,
Samuel
Mr.
Arrington.
I can hear you now. Yes, thank you. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Arrington. Mr. Turner, you're the plaintiff. Mr. Arrington,
Samuel
you're
Arrington.
Mr. Arrington, can you hear me? It almost. Okay. So I'm trying to.
Arrington.
I heard you the first 5 times, Mr. Arrington. Can you hear me? Oh, let me send him a chat.
Good afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Arrington, you're the defendant on the complaint. Did he just hang up? Okay, we just lost Mr. Arrington. I'm sure he'll come back. We're gonna pass on yours for just one moment. Sorry, Mr. Turner. All right, for matter ending in 764, is the plaintiff's counsel present? All right, Madam Clerk's indicated that the plaintiff's counsel logged off for matter ending in 764. For my purposes, he's not here. What about the defendant? Is there anyone here who lives at 15386 Stansbury Street?
Right here, Janae.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Janae.
Okay, your last name?
Joe. J-O.
Okay, good afternoon to you, Ms. Joe. You're the defendant on a complaint for non-payment of rent. Did you get the information about the next court date?
Yes, ma'am, I did. However, the address is wrong. I'm 15388 Stansbury. I did just want to put that on record.
How did you find out about today's court date, ma'am?
So originally I had a piece of paper, a court date notice, of course, on my door. However, it was a day after the court date was originally had taken place. I did come up to the courthouse, however, and I was told to submit evidence. I have a camera on my door, and it shows when the guy came and put the notice on my doorstep, which was a day late after the notice. So when I came up here, they had me send emails, the evidence to evidence@36district.com, and then I was told to come in person today for a court hearing.
Oh, you're outside the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Are Are 15386 and 15388 two family flats in the same house?
No, ma'am, I'm in a single family home. I just figured it was me. I figured it was me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, ma'am. I was just gonna say I figured it was me who they were talking about because it was for $900, and I know that I didn't pay that $900 that month. So I just assumed it was me, but I think they might have the address wrong.
Okay, the plaintiff's attorney was online. He logged off. We're gonna try to get him back online. So can you just sit tight for a second?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna mute you for now. Passing on this matter, let's see. We're gonna go back to Mr. Eddie Turner and Samuel Arrington. So, all right, we have, so we're back on the record with matter ending in 187. Sorry, Mr. Turner, we're having some issues today. Somebody just logged back in. I don't know if it's the Zoom bomber or if this is the actual defendant on your case. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Person on the telephone. Okay, sir, who just came into the Zoom session. What's your name?
Samuel Arrington.
Okay, there you are, Mr. Arrington. Hello. All right.
How you
So
doing?
I gave out some information earlier. Did you get the information?
Yes, ma'am. You said August 28th at 8:30?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. August 28th at 8:30 in courtroom 433. That'll be in person. Mr. Turner, please make sure you bring the documents that I indicated are necessary to proceed. And we will see you both back here on August 28th in person. Mr. Arrington, I'm gonna have someone send you a prompt to transfer you into a breakout room. Mr. Turner, you are free to log off. Thank you for your patience. That concludes the matter ending in 187. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Thank you. All righty. Let me hit that mute button real quick. Miss Joe, are you still in the hallway? No, it looks like she's.
I came to sit in my car, but I'm still outside the building. I just came to sit in a car.
Okay, let me think about this one. I was gonna ask you to come back in. What evidence do you have?
Well, I emailed it. I'm not sure if anyone received it. But I emailed it. It was so basically what happened was I had received the court appearance letter, but it was a day after court. And I have the video because I have cameras around my house. I have the video from that camera footage of when he actually the time and date and everything stamped when he actually placed it on there, but it was a day later.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or anything that shows your actual address?
Not on. No, I don't have my driver's license. I have my driver's license, but it doesn't have my address. It has my mother's address. And then as far as anything that's showing, I've only been there a year, and I have my lease agreement. However, it's not on me at the moment. This is a new landlord. I've only had them maybe 2 months, maybe 3 at most.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Since I don't have the attorney here to address the, oh wait, the attorney just called. We're about to have him log in.
Okay.
Good afternoon, council. Please turn on your camera and place your appearance on the record. This is case number 243487764. Yang Zing Hu and Zing Yu Huang versus all occupants of 15386 Stansbury Street.
Yusuf Waz, on behalf of the plaintiff, P number 83664.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you, Attorney Fawaz. Thank you for logging back in, although I don't think we talked to you before you logged out. The defendant, Ms. Joe, is on the line, or she's in the Zoom, and she states that the address listed on the summons and complaint is different from the address which she lives. Do you have any knowledge as to that? What is the address that you are trying to serve?
I have 15386 Stansbury, and that's also what's on the notice.
Okay, so Ms. Joe, what were the circumstances? Where do you live? You're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
I'm at 15388 Stansbury.
Okay, and you said you have a lease agreement for 15388 Stansbury?
Yes, not with this new person. Because I just okay, so it's a new landlord, and I just got this landlord maybe 2 or 3 months ago. But I have my my lease paper from the previous landlord with that address on it.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. It sounds like there may be a service issue. I'm going to transfer you into a breakout room so that you can speak to a defense attorney. You can give them all the information that you have. Hopefully, if they can represent you, then they can make an argument when we come to court on the 28th, or possibly they can talk to Attorney Fawaz and there can be a resolution before you all are supposed to come to court. But I can't. Normally, I would dismiss the case if service was improper, but I don't have any proof of improper service. So I'm still adjourning this matter to a subsequent hearing. What were you about to say, ma'am?
No, I was gonna ask, is there something you need me to do on my end? Maybe come back, because I'm willing to come back up here, or anything you need me to do just to show that it is the wrong address. I do believe that the paperwork once again was for me. I just wanted to be on record that it was the wrong address.
Well, that's important, even if that's important. So I asked you what do you have to show that it was the wrong address?
I just have the lease, but like I said, the lease is at home. I can bring it back up here and or submit it like over the internet or something.
Okay, right. So you don't have anything with you today, right? That you can bring up to today?
No,
okay.
ma'am, not right now.
Okay, so we're just going to adjourn it to August 28th at 8:30. That is going to be in person. Please bring everything that you have, any proof that you have, to substantiate your defense or to show that you were not properly served. All right, Attorney Fawaz, you're on notice that there may be a service issue at the next court date.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. That concludes this matter. Can I have someone transfer Ms. Joe into a breakout room?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day. Just follow the prompt when it comes across your screen. All right. That concludes that case, and that concludes the docket for courtroom 433 for Thursday, July 18th, 2024. Thank you to all of the participants who logged in today, the litigants, the plaintiffs, attorneys, the agency attorneys, and thank you to my court staff, Madam Court Clerk, Madam Court Reporter, and Officer Wallace. I really appreciate you all. Court is adjourned. Let me change this back to you, Madam.